Summer break's almost over, and that means going back to bed at a decent hour so you can get enough sleep to be productive at school.
It is so important. Dr. Kevin Trice with Norton joins us this morning. All right, let's talk about it. Talk to us about the best way to get kids to get back in a good sleep routine, because everybody's sleep routine is out of whack in the summer.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Kids are smart.
Yeah.
The sun's
Sure.
working against you.
Right.
But you have to have a plan. You can't wait till the last minute. We know, especially this year with Jefferson County changing some of the school start times and end times, a lot of the routine is going to be shifted, not only for children, but for parents. And so it starts by modeling behavior. If you want your children to go to bed earlier, you may also have to go to bed earlier or start your bedtime routine. So you really want to give it about 2 weeks, a minimum. Don't wait till the last day.
Okay.
Start moving their bedtimes back by about 15 minutes each day or every other day, so they can get slowly acclimated to it. Of course, you're going to reduce their stimulants, television, cell phones, tablets, any kind of electronics, and maybe increasing the things that help relax them. So warm baths, maybe something nice to eat at nighttime, just something healthy, whole grains, yogurt, to kind of calm them so they're not hungry at night, and really helping them to kind of get back slowly into this routine. Reading can also help at night, but sometimes if you associate reading with getting drowsy, your kid may get sleepy when they get back to school. But really have a plan, kind of model the behavior for your child as well.
How much sleep does a younger child need, and what about a teenager?
So it varies. It's a great point. It depends on age, it depends on gender, but in general, for children about 3 to 5, you're looking at between 10 to 13 hours of sleep. So if your kid's getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you really want them to sleep by about 9 p.m. Of course, you don't want to start bedtime at 9. You need to start a little bit earlier.
Right.
Some kids it may be 8, some kids may be 7:30, depending on your bedtime routine for that child. Children that middle range, I'll call early elementary school to maybe middle school, 6 to 12, they're going to require about 9 to 12 hours of sleep. So still a significant amount of sleep. So you still want to get them in bed not much longer. They may have just a little bit shorter bedtime routine. And then for those in late middle school to high school, you're looking for about 7 to 9 hours, or about 8 hours of sleep in general. So again, if the child's getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, that sounds 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, a little bit later than some people would think. And that's important to know for the older child, especially with summertime. The sun is out till 9, 9:30. Right. They're not sleepy at 9 o'clock. You can't put them to bed. They're not going to be sleepy. Naturally, they're going to want to go to bed a little bit later. But once the sun has gone down, making sure you dim the lights in the house. You might use a timer or a smart light bulb, something like this to help. Those things can be very beneficial. So kind of just reduce that stimulation for any child, no matter the age.
What is the one thing, the most important thing you tell parents on this topic?
Consistency. Consistency. Be consistent. At least 5 to 6 days a week. Now, on weekends, of course, the child may stay up a little bit later. No more than about an hour or an hour and a half based on their normal sleep times. If they're going to bed at 9, don't let them stay up till midnight or 1 on the weekends, because you're really just resetting that circadian clock inside their head.
You're just messing up what you did.
Exactly. You've got to keep the same message every single day during the week and really be consistent about it. Know your child, so don't start off with going from they're going to bed at midnight, I'm going to make them go to bed at 7. But as you start to do this, they're going to push back naturally. Of course they want to stay up late. It's a big change for them. Some of the anxiety of getting ready for school, excitement, but be consistent in your message, be consistent in your behavior.
I think that 15 minutes is key, really, even for adults. Anytime we have to go to bed earlier than usual, what do? We lie there and think, I should be asleep, and you just can't do it. But if you just knock it back by just a little bit, it doesn't feel so painful, and it doesn't feel like you're taking away your child's freedom in the evening either.
We should say it was an hour, but realize it was because people were doing that. They're really fighting against it, and they weren't sleepy yet. So really just a little bit of time, but again, every day being a little bit more consistent, every other day, allowing for that change. But that also means you may need to eat dinner earlier. You may need to change some of your evening routines around sports or other things you may be doing. You may want to do more stuff in the morning to help them wake up earlier. So not just going to bed early, because as your clock shifts and you go to bed earlier, you should be waking up earlier as well.
Gotcha.
So some kids are sleep deprived. You may find them going to bed earlier and staying up until the same time every morning, but slowly that should change as well, kind of on a system there.
Great advice.
Great
Good
information.
Thank you.
Wow, I learned a lot.
Good.
Come back and see us.
Anytime.